Hello everyone, welcome back to All About Financial Aid, where we live and breathe all things financial aid. I made this presentation today because I want to talk about one of the more common issues that we run into with students, especially when it's coming up to the end of the semester, the end of the school year, which is too much school, not enough money. So this is when students are running out of money before the end of the semester, before the end of the school year, and they come to our office saying, well, what can I do? So today we're going to go over some of the best options for you, really, um, when you're running into this kind of situation, okay? So the number one thing, which I would say above all else that I would want you to consider, is to just adjust your budget. If you can make it to the end of the school year, make it to the end of the semester when you're going to have that next disbursement coming through, say it's the fall semester and you just need to make it to the spring disbursement, maybe make adjustment to your budget. If you cut some expenses or increase income, this can really go a long way in preventing you from going further into the debt. A lot of other options that we're going to discuss here today are just going further into debt, and I don't want to see anyone really go into debt, and especially not our students. So we want to see you really managing your money responsibly and making adjustments to your budget so that not only are you not going into more debt now, but in the future, you'll be able to come up with you'll be able to meet unexpected expenses without going into more debt. So budgeting is a very valuable skill. It's a very important skill, not just while you're in school depending on financial aid, but throughout your entire lifetime. So I would really prefer that you make changes to your budget rather than just borrowing more money to meet the expenses. So if you can cut expenses, any expenses you can, that'll go a long way towards keeping you out of debt, minimizing the amount of debt you're going to have to repay over time, right? I know the other side of that equation is you can increase income. If that was so easy, we would just all do that, right? But um, really, most people are going to be working the expenses side. If it's a possibility for you to, take an outside job or pick up another shift or something at your job, maybe you want to look into that. I know if you're one of our students, a lot of our programs don't let you work an outside job while you're taking classes in our program, but if that is an option for you, then maybe look into that. If it's not, certainly we're not going to tell you to violate the student rules, violate um, the rules in the student handbook or something. But if it is a possibility, then you can look into making some extra income. But really make changes to your spending plan. Adjust your budget. Uh, Make sure that that doesn't happen again. So for the next semester, once you get that fresh disbursement, make sure you build in a little wiggle room in your budget for unexpected expenses. I always tell everyone, you're going to need more money than you think. Something always comes up. So make sure that you do plan for expecting the unexpected, so to speak. Okay. Another one is the revision request. Now, with the revision request, you're able to request remaining aid. So say you didn't accept the full amount of aid that was offered to you at the beginning of the semester. You can fill out the revision request form and have those funds reinstated. Also, if you did accept the full amount, you may have qualifying expenses. So if you're having emergency expenses, they may be able to adjust your budget to cover those expenses. You can find the qualified expenses on the revision request form. So if you go to our website, which is on your screen right now, it's uth.edu/sfs, and you go to the financial aid forms section, you can download the current year revision request form. And then directly on the form, it'll tell you the qualifying circumstances and what documentation you need to provide so that we can adjust your budget and perhaps give you a little more student loan money to cover those expenses that you're having during the semester. Okay. Another option is the emergency loan. Now, our emergency loan program here at UT is it's a short-term interest-free loan program. they do need to be repaid within 90 days. I usually don't recommend this as the best option for most students, and the reason is because not only do we not want to see you going into debt, but it's short term. So unless you're absolutely certain that your situation is going to change within the next 3 months and you'll be able to not only pay back the emergency loan, but also take care of all your expenses going forward, if that's not the case, then you're going to end up on this endless cycle of taking the emergency loan, paying it back, taking another one. You really need to make changes to your budget if this is happening to you at the end of the semester, right? Now, I know it's enticing because it's interest free, but keep in mind you're kind of playing with fire with the emergency loans, and the reason is because if you don't pay it back within that 90-day period, then you're going to get all kinds of late fees, penalties, holds on your student file. So if they put a hold on your file for defaulting on the emergency loan, then you're not going to be able to register for classes. The university registrar won't register you for the next semester. There's going to be all kinds of problems if you're not able to pay it back. All right, so I don't want to see anyone end up in that situation. So only take the emergency loan if it's really, really necessary. I strongly recommend that you speak to your financial aid counselor first before you apply for the emergency loan so that they can see what they're able to do for you, okay? A little bit about our emergency loan program here is our medical students are eligible for a maximum of $3,000. The DDS students are eligible for up to $1,000. At the School of Public Health, they're up to $800, so $500 is through the Office of Student Financial Services of the university, and $300 from the Student Affairs Office at the School of Public Health. And for any other program like nursing or one of the other schools, there's a maximum of $500. Now remember, these are the maximum, so if you're a medical student, you don't have to take the full $3,000. You can say, I only need $1,000, $2,000, whatever that is, and then we can work with you to get that amount sent out to you. The good thing about the emergency loan is that they can be processed pretty fast, usually within a day or two. So that is one of the perks of the emergency loan, right? And you can read more about the emergency loan program on our website, and the link is on that slide in front of you right now. When you go to that link on our website, there's also a previous video that we did with Brian Montez, who is great. He knows all about the emergency loan program, and he'll explain it to you if you watch that video as well. Right? Loans from the Texas Medical Association is another option that we have. This is only available to the medical students, and you apply directly at the TMA website, which you see on your screen right now. These loans aren't included in the cost of attendance, so this is actually good news for you because the loan doesn't have to come through the financial aid office. One of the problems with getting extra money during the semester is that the financial aid office is bound by your cost of attendance, so we can only give you aid up to the maximum cost of attendance, which if you have already reached that, we can't give you any more money. We're bound by the institutional and federal policies to not give more money. So we can't certify loans coming from like a private lender, private student loan program, but the Texas Medical Association is outside of that network. So you apply directly with them, and these loans are made to students at Texas medical schools. I think right now they can give you up to $6,000, so a lot of money available, but again, it's debt, so you want to minimize the amount of debt you're in as much as possible. Only take these loans if you absolutely need them, right? And I would recommend definitely contact us, contact your financial aid counselor if you're in this situation, because there may be something else we could do for you, okay? So contact us, call us, email us, definitely email us, and we can work with you and try to figure out what the problem is, why you're running out of the money, and then basically help you with the different options that you can do to make it through the end of the school year. Okay. Another option is the residency and relocation loans. Now, these loans are available to fourth year medical or dental students only. So you have to be in the MD or the DDS program to qualify for these loans. And these are designed to help you with the expenses of applying to residency, or maybe for the dental students, you're going to move to a new city to set up your practice or purchase equipment to set up your practice, that kind of thing. So these are expenses that can't be included in your cost of attendance, but that some private lenders are willing to lend you money to cover these expenses. All right. You apply directly with the lender, so again, doesn't have to come through the financial aid office. Make sure that if you're applying for the residency relocation loan, that the lender knows that it's one of these programs that doesn't have to come through the financial aid office. Okay, so do verify with the lender before you undergo like a credit check, that kind of thing. Right? And the advantage of these is that you can get much higher amounts. So sometimes we see students who maybe are starting a family in their last year and have a lot of higher expenses, things that we can't cover under the cost of attendance with student loans designed for one student only. But if you apply for these residency relocation loans, you may be able to cover those expenses with that money. Okay, so that's another option you can consider. Again, you're playing with fire whenever you take any debt, so we strongly encourage you to consider any other option that's not debt driven, that you're not going to be paying interest on for years and years to come. Okay. Just some final notes. Do contact us long before you think you're going to be running out of money. Okay. Email us so that your financial aid counselor can get in touch with you and really run over your different options, especially some of the different programs have different options. So if you're a medical student, dental student, nursing, school of public health, whatever it is, get in touch with us. We can really give you individualized attention. Okay. And don't discount also the student affairs office at your school. They may be able to orient you to other programs that have money available, some scholarship money available maybe. That's unlikely at the end of the semester, but don't discount it. Everyone here at UT wants to see you succeed, so definitely stay in contact with us, stay in contact with the student affairs office, and we'll get you set up. All right, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and before you go, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you help us out with the YouTube algorithms. Thanks for watching, everyone.